Hey everybody, welcome back. Second Eric here. Hope you guys are doing okay. I'm doing about just the same as usual, and especially compared to my last video on my psychedelic trip, I was on another celestial plane of existence, you could say. Just let your freak flag fly, man. Show your real colors. No, that's definitely not me when the camera's off. I'm definitely more of a chill sort of dude like I am in these videos, you know. But anyways, I just like having fun and doing those things, just lip syncing. And the program I use on my phone, sometimes it's out of sync, so you probably noticed that a little bit. I'm kind of particular about those things. I like to make quality, but as best I can on this channel, but what's quality these days? It's subjective anymore. But anyways, got a few LPs to share since I last been gone, and these are all online finds, all killer no filler this time. Only got 3 LPs to share, but I'm gonna also show one that I picked up from a shop here in Lincoln and tell a little story as well. In my next video, I'll probably have a fun time sharing some 45s and LPs I found in southeast Nebraska. I mean, I already live in like the southeast part, being in Lincoln, but I just went to some local villages and stuff that you just never want to go to because, it's the backwoods. When you hear banjos playing, you just gotta leave, It's definitely that desolate down there. But no, I had some good luck finding some 45s and LPs that seemed to go for some money, and it's just one of those things where I get kind of excited when I find those little places to dig, They just don't pop up very often here in rural Nebraska, so I'll be probably getting to those in the next video, but yeah, some good stuff, so stay tuned. So yeah, we're just going to dive into these LPs that I bought online, going back probably at least 2 weeks ago since I purchased them. One's from overseas, 2 were from the States, all killer no filler, so here we go. I'll probably show them the way I purchased them. So I picked this one up. This record goes way back for me, but I probably hadn't heard it in years, like 5-6 years. And I always knew of the hype. I always knew it was widely praised, had some high acclaim in the record community, and especially for like the style of music this is. It's more of like a Baroque folk record. And I picked up on an original copy of Duncan Browne. What's it called? Give Me, Take You. I always get the words mixed around. This is an original US copy on Immediate. Same label as Billy Nichols, Small Faces. And this is a promotional copy. Pretty clean overall. I think it's got the lyric insert as well. Yes. Which is nice. So yeah, I just, on a whim, decided to revisit this one day at work because I've had a new job now for about 2 months, and it's like the best job ever, man. I can put my earbuds in, tune out the world, and tune into some good music practically all day long. So it's been really a blessing. So I can just kind of catch up on some records that I've, dismissed in the past or just kind of skipped over for a short time and revisit stuff. And that's what I've been doing lately. So especially with these finds, these 2 records are, 2 of these records here are a couple of those things I streamed lately. So yeah, Duncan Browne is just one of those examples. So I gave this a listen, and man, this one hit me hard when I listened to it. I was just in this man's world. Duncan Browne, he's basically a UK-based solo artist, and he had help accompanying from a school friend who wrote all the lyrics. So it's not really a true singer-songwriter, but it still pulls off as one. And this is some of the most beautiful music you'll ever hear, man. Chamber folk, Baroque folk, tinges of psych folk here and there. It almost sounds like, you're living in medieval times, and, it's like the minstrel's telling his tales of just these, you know, romantic tales and tales of people wanting to fly and lost loves and all sorts of, big themes, and songwriting wise, kind of in a very Donovan way of writing, or Mark Fry, if you guys know that artist. But yeah, this is truly fantastic music, and just one big, they're all highlights. There's like not one weak moment on here for me, but the closing track, The Death of Neil, for me, is the pinnacle. It's just like, very few songs get me emotional, man. I was feeling that song, man. That was so good, lyrically, and like just the way it delivers. It's got these like choral backgrounds, very much like you're in a cathedral almost sort of vibe, and just really dreamlike. Just like you're being taken back in time to those, Greek mythology sorts of tales. It's hard to put it in words. It's on the Pink Immediate label. Fantastic. Yeah, these are kind of pulling up in prices now. See them for about $100 or so. Got this a little under that. I was feeling it, man. This is part of what the PayPal funds went to. So, yeah, if you love Donovan, Ralph McTell is another big one. Mark Fry. The more delicate sounding UK Nirvana, if you're kind of into that sort of gentle, folk-driven pop music. There's like one pop track on here, but it really works, man. On the Bomb Site, kind of sounds like UK Nirvana. So, super glad to revisit that one. And then, man, another heavy hitter here. So if you guys remember, I made a video, I think 2 years ago now, a video called, the most wanted records on my Discogs want list. I've pretty much almost wiped that list out, thankfully, and these records have come to light. This is one that was super big on the want list, and earlier this year, I think 2 months ago, I picked up this band's record on Rare Earth. This is the big one I wanted. This is Exit, which was also known at the time of these recordings, Lincoln Saint Exit. Their album Entrance. This came out in '74. It's basically a compilation of tracks they recorded back in '67, '68 when they first formed. I think there's one track that was featured on their mainstream label record, Soulful Drifter. Not one of the better tracks in my opinion, but opens up fantastically. The first 4 tracks, Open Doorway, Yellow Man of Paris, Half a Man, and then the Garage Psych tune, probably everybody's favorite, Sunday Dream, which was also like one of their early singles, which was titled at that time Sunny Sunday Dream. Kind of a short LP overall. I think it's like maybe just a hair over half hour, but lots of tracks to chew on. There's lots to pick up on here. So yeah, Native American based band from New Mexico, and I got this for a deal that I've never seen it go for this low, so I was very happy to scoop this up. It's got the original inner sleeve. Cool photographs here I'll let you look at. I don't know if these photographs were taken like back in the day, like in the late 60s, or if they were like from '74, but either way, it doesn't really come off like it would be a very, psych-based record perhaps, given their culture. And there's not a whole lot of that Native American feel compared to their Rare Earth or mainstream record. Definitely more teen-oriented sounding pop psych, and a little bit of garage in there mixed in as well. At times, sometimes the vocals in the melodies kind of remind me of JK and Company. Some of the ideas kind of sound the same. So yeah, Exit, check her out. It's getting kind of hard to find. And then another big one to sign it all off. So this is one I found, I think in the Netherlands. Had a pretty good price on it. I picked up on an original copy of The Way We Live, their album A Candle for Judith. This came out in 71, almost want to say 72. Same band that brought us Tractor, and they also backed up Beau. It's like Veau from like 72, I think, or 71. I haven't heard that album in a long time, but yeah, UK-based band, just 2 members. And when you listen to this, you'd think, man, there's like a whole array of people, like maybe a 5-piece band, but these guys did some overdubs and made it sound like a full-fronted band, and they deliver, man. This is excellent UK hard trucking rock sound. Also, kind of mixed in, blended with like tinges of like Eastern flavored folk rock. The flow and consistency of this really reminds me of the album Christopher on Metro Media. It's kind of got the same similar vibe going on, how it's kind of folky in spots and then, kind of switches up to some fuzz-driven material. Very much in that light. And John Peel signed him onto Dandelion label. And he was such a big fan at the time that he, paid for extra gear to do a follow-up record under Tractor, because I guess he didn't like the name initially, or somebody didn't. And they went with that, and the rest is history. This is fantastic. Kind of an underrated record, I would say. And I was just streaming this one day at work, and I was like, I kind of need this. I forgot how good it was. And I probably do prefer this one over Tractor just a smidge. I feel like, Tractor has that one blues track I don't care for, and some of the songwriting could have been a little stronger in spots, but I feel like this one's a little more enjoyable to my taste anyway. But they're all solid though. They're all solid works, and yeah, happy to track that one down. I don't think I've shown the label yet. Dandelion Records. I think it was a pretty big major label, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like through CBS or... Well, on the gatefold it says Warner Brothers, so might have had some connections there too. So yeah, The Way We Live, check it out. Some highlight tracks though. The opening track, King Dick 2, what a title. And the last track, The Way Ahead, it's probably my favorite track. Whew, some heavy hitters there. And then, so recently in Lincoln, I went back to Lefty's Records, who the original owner decided to retire early, I think. I think he's fully retired now. And got new owners in, so I just decided to hop on down there, see if anything had changed in inventory or whatnot. And I had also seen a post online that they posted of like this local record from Nebraska. It was like a sort of a jazz quintet, like a local thing, and looked it up online, and looks like it's pulling for some good money. Like, I think there was like only one copy overseas last I checked, and I might drop the video in here, but it's got a drum break.
Did someone put this album like on YouTube or anything?
He can. He's going to.
Someone did on YouTube put this track on.
Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm sure we had our bigger rings.
And had to take some footage of that there, just kind of in the moment, wanted to hear what it sounded like on the big stereo. The phone quality doesn't do it justice, and I was kind of talking over it, but pretty cool record though. The Mac 5, never heard of that one. So yeah, anyways, we went down there, got to meet the new owner, and I stayed there literally like 3.5 hours because people were coming in and out, and one dude recognized me from Instagram, Zach Ecstatic. I forget his last name in real life, but like that's Instagram handle. He's from Oklahoma City, and he's just happened to drop in on the same time I was visiting the shop, you know. So it was cool to meet him, and you know, we're kind of pretty similar in taste. You know, he looks for a lot of the you know, limited runs of original copies and stuff like that. And he said he picked up Froggy Beaver from the Lincoln shop, and that was my old copy. He found that J.D. Elias, which I knew was in the shop, but I told him that record's a little too hillbilly for me. But it was cool to see it drop in. It's a local, I think it's a Phoenix, Arizona. It's at least an Arizona record that I knew about. But yeah, we just chatted it up for a long time, and we found a section like underneath the $4 bin, and they had like unpriced, unmarked stuff of like all these punk records, like the Cramps, and I forget the title of it, but it's that yellow cover of the Cramps. It was like a nice clean copy, and found a New Order compilation that came out in '87. I forget the name. It's a white cover. I don't know my post-punk like, you know, he did at the shop. They were kind of educating me on some of this punk stuff, and there was like 2 copies of Buzzcocks records and just stuff that the previous owner had never let the current owner know about. So it was kind of crazy. But I found this under there, and I've been kind of looking for a copy of this, even though this probably is a contender for like my most ring-worn cover thus far. I just couldn't leave it behind, and we sorted out a deal, and I got this for pretty cheap. And this is Goodwater Army, their album Peace. This came out in like 70, I forget now, 71 maybe, somewhere around there, early 70s I believe. And I knew this because it has like a drum break on one track. Kind of glad I refreshed my ears to this one. This is kind of a mixture of like kind of a hard rock sound, but like with a soulful vibe to it. Very much in the light of like the band Crow, if you guys know them, that did Evil Woman. Kind of similar to them and like early Steppenwolf from the 70s. Stuff like that, you know, very much in that kind of almost like biker rock vibe. But pretty cool. It's got like a southern twang to it, but it's nothing too embarrassing, I guess. There is one cool track on here, which is more of like a pop site track. It's kind of an oddball on here. To Pamela. It's a very good highlight. And what's the other one? I think it's Time Is Lost. One good hard rock track on here. I think it's Time Is Lost. So yeah, you can find this for like, I think 30 to 50 bucks maybe in cleaner shape. But I do believe this does get pretty hammered with ringware when you see it, so not the best copy either. It's pretty much a player copy, but like I said, I got a pretty good deal with this one. I bought one more record for like, I think it was like $5 total, so yeah, nothing too crazy, but the other record I got was like a soul, like a gospel record from Omaha, and surprisingly it doesn't pull much online, but definitely sounds like something Numero Group would have picked on for one of their compilations later on. So anyways, that about does it, guys. So yeah, just catching up with some vinyl finds, and I do have a few more things to share. Like I said, last Saturday I went to a cool stop and picked up some cool 45s especially. So kind of more of like the Northern Soul stuff, but there's like one cool Garage Psych single that I picked up that didn't even know what I had when I took a picture of it for Instagram. So yeah, wraps it up. So tell me what you think. Check these ones out, and we shall see you soon.